The Shire snorts, her hooves stomping thunderously as she walked, sending me up and down in a light rhythm as we moved on. Kirishima's hand holds on her reins steady, beckoning her on as the gates of the kingdom grow in view. The sight causes the information of us and the two other guards to tighten slightly. Opposite side of the redhead soldier sits the electric blonde. His blonde eyes stared forward with a gleam to showcase his excitement towards the end of our journey. The soldier also holds Riot's reins from atop of his own horse, leading the stallion onwards into a few more steps. Zero is situated behind me, whereas I can't see him, but I was able to sneak a glance or two when I could. Just grab some small meaningless things from one of the storage satchels attached to the saddle aside. He travels close enough so in an easy emergency, he is near and able to stop any possible harm from coming to me. And the presence of the three seemed to ease some sort of weight off my shoulders, returning my gaze to those large gates just up ahead. You ready for this, my lady? I'm pulled away from my thoughts as Kirishima whispers to me. His eyes stay trained forward as not to cause any suspicion as he speaks. Of course, we've all come all this way. For what? I reply, dodgingly, and out of the corner of my eye, I catch his crimson gaze flicker up to look at me for a moment. I asked if you're ready for this. He repeats, emphasizing his words and causing me to sigh gently through my nose. Keeping my posture. Judging by the conversation we had last night, he must be worried there's something up. And knowing that, a small part of inside my chest warms. Yes, thank you for asking, Kirishima. I can't help but the corners of my mouth from flickering up slightly into a small smile, turning to meet his gaze fully and causing him to nod. If you're ever uncomfortable or feel unsafe, just let me know. He seems to ease, keeping his stoic expression while stating his soft words and brushing aside the tension that had built in my shoulders. Hearing this, I want to talk to him more, not just a bit. Slightly parting my lips to reply in agreement, but suddenly closing it again when I hear a new pair of footsteps coming up from behind me. Lady Yin? A voice greets, heartily, my eyes swiftly alerting away from the crimson soldier, just as the manic of a few days ago approaches my side. Well, attempts to, at least. With this new presence, the mare I'm riding shifts to the side a bit, snorting irritably towards the man and causing him to nervously glance over her way for a second. Hello again. I greeted in return, capturing his attention once more and causing the short man to look up at me again. Do you need anything, medic? I addressed. Yes, well, no. It's just that there will be a few... His voice trails off as the mare snorts again, a bellow escaping her muzzle as he grows too close. Her hooves seem to stomp with more attitude, my head glancing up to see how severely close the gates were now. I don't have time to chat. How about we move this conversation to later? When I'm settled into my room, you can come find me. I compose, soon glancing in the medic's direction when he didn't reply. Instead, my eyes are trained up on Kirishima, a bit of sweat flaking across his temple as he nods slightly. I'll go back to my wagon now. It's nice talking to you, my lady. He speaks, before swiftly slowing down, most likely to what he said, and I can't do anything but brush off the odd interaction as the shadows from the gates cast upon us. And soon, the commander comes to a stop up ahead, and him and the guards stop at the gate to exchange words, a few only, right before the gates lift and open wide for us. Here we go. I already muttered as my horse starts forward again, and the sound of the bustling city inside now fluttering out through the parted doors. It grows louder while we pass beneath the gates, the sun finding and warming my skin once through, though. and I have lifted my hand to shield my eyes when the sudden light blinds me. It doesn't take long for me to adjust and drop my hand back to hold the saddle perched, my eyes staying trained ahead as the common folk stare. Streamers hang from house to house, people trotting around with their own duties, but pausing nosily when people continue through. The soldier to my side, Denki, leans his horse to the side to create a tighter shield in case of any of these people try something. His brows knit slightly in concentration. Kirishima is the same as well, though. He's already at my horse's side. His eyes are flickering about, a tense alertness in each step as we pass by and grow near the inner walls separating the castle from the rest of the kingdom. I watch the shadows fall over us once again. This time the inner gates are opened, staring proud and excitingly for us before we enter, and the dirt path diminishes to stone. The horse hooves now clicking an off rhythm to one another, and I send a glance towards Kirishima, checking to see he had relaxed a large sum of compared to the earlier. As we circled around the large fountain, I am fixed my gaze ahead, catching sight of the front leading into the castle, where the commander has stopped. His head turned slightly to me as he talked with one of the servants there. "Take me over there," I commanded lightly, nodding my head in the direction of the two and gaining a nod from my guard as Kirishima tugs on the reins forward. The head servant glances up to me, bowing his head in greeting. "Lady Yin, the king welcomes you," he addresses, and I nod in acknowledgement. Taking that interaction, he turns back to the commander, saying something else and nothing, and making a hand gesture towards the door before more and more servants flood through. They start working to help unload while Kirishima rounds to the front of the Shire, barreling before holding out his hand and helping me down from the tall creature. I nod to thank him, turning just in time to catch the wonderful eye of the head servant. "Here, I will show you to your room, Lady Yin." He spoke after some time, but he beckons as I follow him. With a short, subtle glance behind me, I glance to catch the guards heading off to take their horses to the stables, separating us. For the time being. Time skip. "Just set that over there by the vanity," I commanded, pointing towards the piece of furniture and guiding a quick nod from the servant as she scampered off. And through the bustle, Kirishima finds his way to my side, looking over my shoulder as if alerted someone was approaching. It wasn't really to my side, it was more of behind me, but still to my side a little. "Lady Yin," the head servant greets, bowing slightly as he walks up on the opposite side of the redhead. The silent nod lets him continue with whatever he was about to say. "The king is currently unavailable at the moment to greet you in person, but he has sent a gift as compensation," he announces, standing upright and holding a small box. I take with ease, slightly tugging the ribbon back to undo the bow before lifting the lid easily, revealing a favorite colored necklace, its gem reflecting against the lighting and creating a sort of weight in my palm. "He requests that you wear it when you have dinner with him later, Lady Yin," the head servant finally continues, watching as my eyes flicker upon the expensive trinket. "Dinner?" I wondered out loud, and he nods swiftly, causing me to pause for a moment to glance back towards the necklace. "He would like to discuss certain things before the hearing tomorrow," he informs after I nod. Let him know that I will accept his gift. I stare at the servant as he nods again, then turns, hurrying off to deliver the message, and most likely prepare for tonight's dinner. Speaking of which, I tilt my head to look towards the balcony doors just a few feet away from me, the windows surrounding also lining up the spacious room with diminishing oranges and red hues as the evening slowly grows closer. We had been traveling most of the day, and the servants spent the last hour unloading all of my stuff we had been able to bring along, at least. And I'm thankful for all the hands, because when it was announced that everything is good to go, they started piling out of the room all at once, leaving me enough time to change and prepare to dine with the king. "Hello, my lady." Two maids stand near the ajar door. "We are here to help you get ready," the same girl informs cheerfully, her pink skin causing a short tinge of surprise to pass through me as I approach the two. "Tell your king I send my thanks," I speak, going with the flow of the things. Plus, after this journey, I could use a bit of pampering. Either it be from maids I know or ones the king has sent. I really don't care. "We might as well get started now," I added, earning a nod from the two before stepping forward, the shorter one leading me over to the bathroom while the pinkette, kicked the soldier out of the room. "Hey, I need to be here. I'm her bodyguard," the crimson-haired soldier claims as she pushes him against, his back, forcing him through the doorway. "Well, she's going to bathe, so you can protect her." She grunts, "From out here," the pinkette declares as she finally stumbles through and closes the door and locks it behind him. I wasn't aware the king would send me maids, I wondered, earning a sheepish grin from the pinkette. Yeah, she sweat-drops, turning to send a look towards her friend, who just nods, her large eyes flickering away for a moment as she smooths down her dress and approaches to guide me to the bathroom. "It was a last-minute request. Don't worry, my lady. The last part... Oh, it's Suyu. Sorry, I forgot to do Kyo. The last part seemed to slip through her lips almost on reflection, causing me to raise a brow towards the word as the pinkette started the bath. "Well, since you're both going to be helping me, I'd be nicer to know both of your names," I commented as a sort of green-haired maid moves to start untying the dress on the back of my dress. "Oh, don't worry. We're just maids after all," the pink-skinned girl states dismissively as her friend shifts my sleeves off my shoulders. "Well, you both seem so nice, and I'd love to put a good word in for you two," I smiled, earning a short look of surprise to pass over the horned maiden's features. Perhaps it was a genuine tone I was speaking in, but she slowly smiles, glancing to her friend once more before nodding. "I'm Mina Ashido, and my friend's name is Suyu Asui," she finally answers, and I nod as I finally shimmer out of my dress. "You can call me Yin then."